Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So I guess I'm kind of excited for today. I don't really know, to be honest. I'm I'm glad I got my order, weeks later. But anyway, I got the Ghost Face collection by Glamlite. Now, the only things I purchased was the eyeshadow, the blush, and the highlighter. Mind you, I had the highlighter probably a week after I placed the order. Okay? Because I had to place two orders because when I first launched, the highlighter wasn't launching by itself. And I was like, well, I'm not buying the whole collection. I don't need it. Then it automatically came up, but I had already placed the blush and palette order because I was scared it could sell out. With that said, I had to place two orders. With that said, I had to pay two shipping costs because I didn't hit that threshold. I should have just bought the whole collection probably by the end of it, but it is what it is. I now know better. But at this point, it's been launched for weeks now. Another collection has launched, and I'm just now receiving this to let you know what I even think about it and if it's any good. Now, does my opinion really matter in the bigger scheme of things? No. But I do find it kind of sneaky that not from Glamlite itself, because, like, honestly, their shadows are really, really good. They are. But that's a long time before an actual consumer who paid with their hard-earned money can get a say out. You know what I mean? Like, yes, influencers rightfully deserve their palettes. Makeup artists rightfully deserve their palettes. I'm not saying that. They worked hard to get what they got. But consumers paid hard-earned money too, okay? And this stuff ain't cheap. And for me to just finally now get it to be able to tell anybody, my neighbor, my friend, you, anyone, you probably already purchased the stuff if you're going to. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you're waiting for someone that actually purchased it to give a review. But most likely you've already, purchased it. But let's get started because I have lots and lots and lots of thoughts. First thought, what are we going to start with? Let's start with highlighter, packaging. Highlighter, packaging. Love it. Cute. It's just like the Chucky. This ain't even the highlighter, y'all. It's the blush. First off, that blush is little, but in the bigger scheme of things, I think it's probably the same size as like the other blushes. It's just there's only one and it's squared, so. But anyway, it's not shaped as a heart or a circle or something, but it wouldn't matter anyway, because let me tell you, this is pigmented. So if you are my skin tone, let me tell you, okay, first off, I'm scared to death now that it may very well stain this brush. Look at this. Like, I'm like, is there even still blush on it? I don't know. It looks it, doesn't it? I literally tapped one time in here to do this cheek, right? Okay. It's pigmented. I tapped again to do this cheek, right? So I went in twice, and that's what my brush looks like. Pretty sure that's going to stain my damn. That's my refer brush. But it is what it is on that. I might be able to get it out. We'll see. But more importantly, it don't matter how big this is. This would last me a lifetime if I only have to go in one time, very light, and still have to tap it off to make sure that it doesn't go overboard. And honestly, let me be honest also by saying that I went back over this with a sponge and my foundation brush just to sort of calm it down. It blended beautifully, but very, very pigmented. Very. I do think it's also a good color for this time of the year. It's like a red berry color almost. It's very... Here, I'll swatch it on my hand. I swatched the eyeshadow palette already, but I'll swatch this on my hand, and then when I show you the eyeshadow palette, I'll show you the blush. But you can see it's going to stain my hands. What else was I going to say? Oh, my nail polish today is in the shade Caviar, and it's like a black blue. It's really pretty, but it's from the Believe line at Dollar General. I really like their nail polishes, and it lasts a decent time. Okay, now let's go into the highlighter. This is the highlighter. So, ghost faced, and then it says the icon of Halloween. and then you open it up. Both of these have mirrors on each side too. The blush had a mirror and the highlighter has a mirror. So you have two blushes, or two highlighters. I'm sorry, two highlighters. One has him imprinted and the other has a knife. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? I'm telling you, if it wasn't for the fact that their stuff is the really, really good, I would say that it's kind of sneaky of them to do what they do, right? But their quality for real is amazing. Amazing. Now, I swatched those two on my hand, which I'll show you in a minute. Let me get this off of my fingers, though. Well, I guess you can see it on my fingers. The blush and the two highlighters. This one is the top one with him on it. I'm wearing that today. It's very glittery. This one here, it's more highlighty than glitter, which is nice. It's smoother on the skin, let's say that. But you can definitely see, like, bronzer, blush, highlighter. And I tried, you all. I tried so hard to blend this stuff in. Like, not blend, because it blended in. It's just so pigmented. And I didn't realize, you know, sometimes you can dip into a blush that color and not pick up anything. You know what I mean? But I should have known better with Glamlite, considering their shadows are crazy amazing. So this one here with his face, like I said, that's more glittery and it's more of a pinky white shade, and this is more champagne gold type of shade. Very pretty though. Then the eyeshadow palette. It's the Ghostface Lives 15 color palette, and it looks like this, or like this, like this, like this. It's cute. I do like it. They definitely, you know, when it comes to even the inside, it says Ghostface Lives. I mean, each letter is imprinted, so it is very nice. Like, you're getting your money's worth here. And again, it's got a nice mirror on the other side. This is the eyeshadow look we're going to do today. And I will say that I really do like this look. I think it's really, really pretty. I do. But I was kind of surprised at the same time. Not because it's pretty, but because I really wasn't expecting... I was really expecting this to be like black, white, and grays. Yes, I've seen pictures, but we all know pictures can be distorted. You know what I mean? But like, there's some pretty actual colors to it, which we'll get into. So this is what the palette swatch is like. So this would be, let's see here. This is Ghost row. This is the Face row, and this is the Lives row. Then you have the blush, that a more sparkly pinky silver highlighter, and the more gold champagne smoothing highlighter. So you can definitely see, I can definitely see this palette in the movie plus fall, winter type of thing, you know, Halloween even. Like, this palette can be used for more than just what it is. I could easily use this palette all through, technically, like fall and winter. The blush, like if I'm going for the cold girl aesthetic, I mean, I think that it's pretty much nailed it. I personally, I'm going to try with a lighter hand, number one, and maybe a synthetic brush and see what happens. Oh, but that is really pigmented. I mean, that is some pigment, let me tell you. But again, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just a consumer who loves to buy makeup because I'm a fool, but that's beside the point. So the first shade we're going to go into is Shadows Back. You know, there's two E's. I was going to say, or I could just say the letter F. That would be pretty cool too. But I have thoughts though. All right, so the letter F. Or not the letter F, I'm sorry. Shadows Back. I mean, technically it's the letter F. But we're going to start with this shade. Now, these shades are pigmented too. I mean, obviously, if you've ever seen a Glamlite palette, played with a Glamlite palette, their pigment. But the other thing is that a lot of people thought all these palettes were going to look the same, and they don't. If anything, they thought, oh, this and Chucky. Not even close. If anything, I would compare this one to the Hershey's. The one that really got me into blues, where is it? This one, the cookies and cream. Like, I think these two palettes could go hand in hand and work together even, to be honest. I really do. I could see them working really well together, like a companion palette almost. But they're not even then they're not the same. I really like Glamlite for their I like them for their eyeshadows, but honestly, I think they nail their highlighters. If you really like a blinding highlight, they nail it every time. They have the ones that you have, and usually you don't even have to build them. It comes natural, but you sometimes can have to build the highlighter. They have some that's like that. So they do have a variety of different kinds. What I am kind of now looking at and wondering with these collections is they're all limited edition, which could be hard for someone like me because, not everybody's going to buy them, or maybe at the time not, everybody has a chance to purchase it. We're going to take that same shade and run it under the lower lash line. So it's like that could be a problem for future because, I usually don't like to do videos with older palettes because some people don't have them anymore, or they can't, or they want them but they can't get them, and I just don't like doing that. At the same time, I do like to use what I have, so their line is becoming a lot of just limited edition stuff, I feel like. Now, some of their stuff isn't, but some of it is. And to be honest, it seems like they're kind of straying from their original, which I know that, they have to change and evolve and all that, but like their pizza palette, burger palette, tacos, like they're kind of straying from that. Which I get it, in the month of October, why not do Halloween collabs for sure, that makes sense. And they definitely, when they do collabs, they put their all into it, so they're one of the really good ones when they do them. For the eyeliner today, I'm using Showdown by ColourPop also in the waterline. Alright, now we're going to go into the shade Curfew Hour, and it's like a navy blue, almost a dark navy blue in a way. And we're going to put that right there. And again, this is the brand that got me into blues. All because they paired it with neutral colors. Whether it be a brown or a gray or whatever it is, like, it works. And I now am in love with the blue. I'm not so scared of them now. Which means I just got to figure out the right way to pair certain colors that I'm not comfortable with, and then maybe I can wear every color. Just got to slowly figure it out, But look how easy that blended. I mean, they really got their formula down. I'm using my Sigma brushes in Sephora. I was scared to use my natural again because I do not want my bristles stained. Which I'm hoping didn't happen with the blush, but if it does, it does. I mean, it was bound to happen at some point, I'm sure. We're going back into that first shade, I don't want to lose any of the color. And to be fair, generally, when I'm using darker colors like this, colors I'm not, like, see, that I know what I'm doing with, I guess. Not that I know what I'm doing with any color, but that I don't feel confident in wearing. It takes me a long time to create a look, right? But with these shadows, it didn't take me that long, because they just performed so very well and easy. I think I need to darken up right there. Yes. And I'm going to tell you, that lid shade is gorgeous. I didn't spray it. I didn't lay anything down. And it's gorgeous. I'm not going to lie there. And I definitely can see this being... This can be very dark and smoky, goth, maybe even alternative. Like, if that's your makeup style, I'm trying to throw that out there, like who this palette is made for. Because, or if you're a Ghostface or a horror movie fan, that's what this is for. Every day, I don't really know. We're going to go into the shade Sharpest Knife and wait until you see this shade. Okay. I got it picked up, and we're just going to pat it on the lid. Look at that. It looks like it's blue, but yet pink, but yet silver. Like, it's crazy. Or maybe even purple in there. You want to know what it really looks like? I know it's called Sharpest Knife, but this shade looks like, think about, which is kind of funny because that's not really this, but think about being somewhere where there's a body of water, whether it be a lake or maybe the ocean even, but I'm more thinking like wilderness, lake, full moon shining down on the water with like a perfect night sky, all the stars. That's what this looks like, looking at the reflection in the water. Even though it has nothing to do with this movie. It's just thought. Like, I can't figure out what shade it is. But what I do know about this shade is it is gorgeous. All of the metallics. Every metallic in this palette is gorgeous. Phenomenal. Beautiful. Now, this is definitely not a color story for me, as we all know. But this here, I would wear on my lid with just a neutral look, or even a pink look maybe, because it does have pink in it. But it is gorgeous. Now, I will say this could have a shade, like I do think like maybe this first shade right here could be my inner corner, or maybe even that one I could use. But since I personally purchased the highlighter palette, that's what I'm going to use for my inner corner when we get there. But for right now, we're going to use the shade Total Suspense, which is this black metallic shade that's got like well, is it a black metallic? Yeah, it's a black metallic, but it's really black with all those little sparkle thingies in it. And even though this is a black, it's more of a charcoal black, where this is black. And what I'm going to do is line my lash line. Now, I did not get fallout with this palette. I was very careful. But I could definitely see where there could be fallout. And I did tap the brush, so if there was glitter, because I do know sometimes with these shades that are matte with glitter, the glitter can get stuck in the lashes. And then when you go to do your mascara, you realize it or it just falls throughout the process of you doing your makeup, but this is the darkest black in this palette, and let me tell you, it's black. And it's pigmented. I don't know how well it would actually blend. Like, if it blended really well, you would have a really good black if you're into that. I don't really use black that much. Like, even lining, I'm using a black in this look, but technically I go with like a dark brown or something. I think I'm just traumatized by black in general from being in high school and wearing black on my waterline, you know. If you remember those days. I don't know if every generation did it or if it was just when I was growing up. But I remember how much black I put on my waterline. The top and bottom, let me tell you. Whew. It was scary. Now looking back. Or even looking at pictures. It's like, sometimes you just want to go, why did somebody not tell me? Which I think my mother did. I think my mother at one point said it's enough. I'm pretty sure she did. But, you know, we don't listen to our mothers at that age. Alright. Now we'll go back into that first shade and shadows back and really blend that lower lash line. Like I said, I don't want to lose any of these colors. And I'm dropping everything, of course I am. Okay, then, like I said, I went into the highlighter palette and we're going to use that first, that shade there. That's the shade I used on my cheeks, the top one. And I'm going to put it on my inner corner only. Again, this is a sparkly shade, so you kind of either want to spray it or tap that in really good, or you will get fallout for sure. Even though I do think the palette would have had an inner corner for me, it's like, well, I might as well get a little bit more use out of this. Because I do love the highlighter. Highly suggest the highlighter. And if you need a pigmented brush, like if you could never find one, let me tell you, they got it. They got it this time for you. I mean, they nailed it. Because I don't remember anyway, ever seeing my cheeks look so pigmented. Period. Okay. And then actually for the lips, the lip liner, I'm wearing the lip liner, the lipstick, and the lip gloss in the Cookies and Cream collection that came. Thought it went good with this palette. I'm not big into reds, as we all know. They're very, very pain in the butt. So, and I just ain't got that kind of time. So therefore, I went with this shade. Plus, I think it goes good with it too, to be fair. Then, I think, with this kind of look, I also think falsies are good. But, you know, if you can't do falsies, you just can't. And I'm one of the ones that I just can't do falsies. So, next best thing, your best mascara. My best mascara is my Bite Beauty. No, you can't get it no more. Yes, I'm very sad about it. But, you know, it is what it is. But it means I can enjoy it for now until I can find something else I like. Which would probably be my Lash Clash. And I went with that dark blue liner just so I was scared I'd have too much black in the look. So I'm going to tell you, that lid, I'm loving that lid. I can't tell if it's blue, silver, pink, purple. It's just like all of the above, and I can definitely do that. Okay. But I do think because this is so smoky that a pair of false lashes would definitely give it more drama and more of a look. Oh, beautiful. Of course, lower lash line, we're going to use the Lancome Def and Seals. So did you all get this palette? Did you buy it? Are you waiting for actual consumer reviews, or did you just buy it off of influencers? Or is this just not for you? I'm just curious. Unless nostalgia hit you with this collection, or if the color story itself hits you, that'd be the only way to purchase this, to be honest and fair. I mean, you have got to like very dark, dramatic looks for the most part. Could you go a little lighter with this palette? Yes, but then half the shades you ain't going to use. Probably more than half. So it really just depends on your preference and your style. I usually don't go this dark, I'm not going to lie, but it launched at a pretty good time. So if I was going to do darker looks, it would be now. So that is why I bought it. I do like the Scream movies, but I wouldn't say I'm a fan of the Ghostface. They were good. They were okay, but not a favorite. Now, like Jason, as silly as they are, I watched them as a kid, you know. Probably shouldn't have been allowed, but I was. Same with like Freddy or Michael Myers, like all those ones I watched as a child. This, I think, came out probably more as my teenage years, in which case I really didn't. I did watch it, but it wasn't like I watched it. I was out with friends and stuff, you know. So I don't necessarily think this is something that I, am like nostalgic to. But I love Glamlite, so I want to support them too. And I know I love their formula, so I got it. Basically, I'm a fool, and that's what we're always going to say, okay? We're a fool over here in my little corner. I'm a fool. Because did I need it? No, I did not. Is it a color story that I love? No. But do I love this lid shade? Look at that. Look. Yes. Am I happy I purchased it? Yes. Am I happy I didn't get the full collection? Absolutely. That's truth. Looking at it now, I could have skipped on the blush too. But other than that, I would have bought the highlighter and the palette easily. So that has actually helped me a lot, because now I know for future purchases, once again, if they have a blush that is dark, not for me. But, or if the highlighter is going to be too dark, obviously not for me. But it's something else I learned. So this is the final look using this palette. I like the collection. Use a code. I think codes give you 10 to 15% off, I think. So you might want to do that if you haven't purchased it yet. Or maybe wait till Black Friday, because guess what? They didn't sell out. And by the time I got it, they've already done a whole nother launch. So probably I'll get that launch once they do the next launch. You know what I mean? But I get it too. They're a small business. So I give them a break. Plus, they're good. So, but this is the color story of it all again. And I hope this video helped. If it did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday unless there's a new collection. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.